I want to encourage everyone to preach as if there are no consequences, especially in America, because really there are almost no consequences at all. Um, you know, if you read the Bible and you still don't make your best efforts to share the gospel with people, if you sit on your talents or bury them in the ground, this is especially for you, because if you already know the Bible, you know you are supposed to preach the gospel. I actually had a boss who said that Great Commission was only for the apostles. But anyway, the thing is I'm going to tell you about me and my personal preaching, just because it seems as if the Bible is not enough for you. You might want to hear from someone directly. So I go to one of these like crazy liberal colleges in the Bay Area, right? And I've had like a 10-minute debate with my communications professor about moral relativism and God and all that stuff. And I got an A in that class. I had an introduction to religion class, and I argued back and forth with the teacher about the Bible being true. I argued with students about how homosexuality is a sin in that class. I got an A in that class. I got a 98% in that class, actually. Let's see, my debate class, my first speech, it was a 2 to 3 minute gripe speech, so something that bothers you basically. And I gave my whole speech on all the evidence for Jesus being real and all that, and how if you tell yourself that Jesus never existed, it's just a cope, so you don't have to make a decision about him. He's actually going to write my letter, a recommendation for my 4-year. And then English writing 1A, my teacher was a lesbian, and literally every single essay I wrote was about the Bible in some way. I called out like all the sins, but like not for any like particular reason because she was gay, but just because all sin is sin. Not that it's all equal. She wants to write me a letter. My political science professor, I made it very clear that I'm socially conservative, but the thing is if you actually walk the narrow road, you're not going to be super fiscally conservative to the point of like greedy, individualistic capitalism and stuff like that. And I know that's going to trigger some people. I just want you to know that I'm way more conservative than you are, Mr. Triggered. And I got an A in his class, and I talked all about social sins and all that stuff still, and he wants to write my letter, right? So, and I've taken many more classes and stuff, and the only thing I got like a bad grade in a public speaking class because I said abortion was a sin, and then I gave the gospel for a persuasive speech, and that was it. I talked to my friends, family, strangers, everyone. There's no consequences, so go and preach. There's really nothing to do in America.